Let's address the elephant in the room. Anti-aging. Aging is anti? I'm aging. Am I anti? Sounds a bit dismissive, doesn't it? It sounds a bit dismissive for the mature woman community. That term, anti-aging. In other words, you're not supposed to age. Because if you age, then you are going to be put in a different category. You might get bumped out. You might get dismissed. You might be forgotten about. But I'm here to tell you that if you fall for that term, anti-aging, then that tells me that you're not willing to live. Because as we live, we grow. And as we grow, we transform. And as we transform, we become wise. And it's not talked about enough. There's so much hesitancy for women of the older community to talk about the good things that happen as we get older. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of crappy things. Arthritis. I have arthritis in my hands. Look at my joints. They're big. I've been using my hands my whole life, mostly working with them for 40 years. And I am not a delicate flower. I've never been a delicate flower. I've never considered myself a prima donna. I'm a hard worker, and my guess is that a lot of you out there are too. You're hard workers and have been hard workers, even if you're retired. And you've earned the place that you're at. So nobody should be telling you that because you're aging, that you need to be sucked into the anti portion of it. Because you are not anti. You are something. You've lived a life. You've been through it all, most of you. And I reserve a spot for you. Even if there are people like this that want to put you down. Shall I read it? Oh, they think because we're older that we're stupid, that we've lost our mind, that we're living in some other world. Well, I'm not stupid. See this? This comment was left on my YouTube channel. And I don't know if this is a male or a female? I have no idea. But do you see this? Detected. Let's read what this means. Means in English. Grandma looks like an old turtle. No matter how you make up, it still turns out old. Could be a bot. And my children asked me several years ago if I was going to be able to handle social media, because they said, Mom, you're going to have a thick skin. Well, guess what? When you get older, you get a thick skin. And since I look like a turtle, I guess I've got a thick skin. And so whoever you are rude and obnoxious, and you do not belong on my channel. Therefore, you have been reported, you have been hidden, and you have been blocked. Because when you say something like this to me, you are saying it to the whole entire aging community. And since I want to continue to stay on my YouTube channel, the fire in me really wants to say what I really want to say. But I'm not going to. In fact, I even debated talking about this. But there is hate in this world, and technology has made it worse. So I thought, well, I'm not going to even respond. I'm just going to get rid of it, and I'm not going to make mention of it. But then I thought, no, I'm going to expose it. Because how many other people are having this happen to them, particularly in the elder community? Somebody's got to stick up for them, even as I stick up for myself. So yeah, Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. or you're too afraid to show who you are on your channel. Bye-bye. Okay. Now that we've gotten the elephant out of the room, let's do some makeup. Other things I wanted to talk to you about as well concerning the anti-aging. Philosophy. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to improve the look of our skin, even as we get older. But the term anti-aging is such a turnoff. The implication is that you're not supposed to age. And people are sick and tired. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired of fakeness. They don't want that anymore. Everywhere you go, there's some form of fake something. Even when you buy products, you know, you buy them because you've watched some advertisement or you've been influenced, and then you get it home and try it out and you're like, what's the big fuss about? So yeah, people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they want other people to be real and to be honest. And if that guy thinks that by telling me that I'm old offends me, oh no. No offense taken. None. I love my age. I love my age. And I'm going to keep saying that no matter what. So I just used the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. This is my go-to. This is my favorite. This works best on me. This is what I love. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more money for it, but if you find something that works for you, that you love, you will, if you can handle it, cost per wear. Now, this bottle is big. It's going to last me a long time if I use it every day. Okay, it's probably, I want to say it's going to last me at least 3 months. At least. Because you saw I put a dot here, a dot here, a dot here, and sometimes on my chin. But there's plenty even to bring down my neck. And now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream over that to seal in that serum. And then when I slug once or twice a week, and sometimes I only slug certain areas. I might slug under my eyes. I might slug over my lips. There's a video on that if you'd like to watch it. The quality isn't great because I did it in my bathroom and it was nighttime. But, for information purposes, you can go and watch it if you want. I'll link it. I'm going to try the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide because I am decluttering the e.l.f. Putty Primer. Now, I've used it. You can see that I've used it. I've given it a fair shot. I don't care for this primer. I don't like that it's not in a tube. I'm going to declutter this. I might give this to my sister along with the Revlon foundation that I didn't care for, which is brand new. I'm going to give it away because I don't like spending money and then throwing something away. We will go over that box when I get more things in it because I'm decluttering as I go. So let's let this sit a minute. And I wanted to tell you what I did this morning other than that. I was looking up eyeshadow looks because when you have a certain color eye, like I did the green eyeshadow video, hazel eyes have different colors in them. Mine tend to lean green, but some hazel eyes almost look like a light yellow brown. Very stunning. And so I said, well, I'm going to look up some looks. And guess what? I went into images. This is what started this whole video. Even before the Russian dude. And I'm assuming it's a dude. Because I don't... If a woman were to post something like that, she's not an advocate of women. So, don't need that in my life. But anyhow, so I Googled, eyeshadow images for certain color eyes. And all these images came up. And I scrolled, and I scrolled. And not one of the pictures was a woman my age or above. Not one. And that bothered me. that bothered me. I'm like, where am I in this? Where am I? Not my physical appearance, but the age that I am. I'm still a viable human being. How come I'm not in there? And then I started to think about the whole anti-aging concept. And I don't like it. They can call it something else. Anti means against aging. And if they're marketing against aging, they're marketing against me. Do you understand that? It's not right. And people should be speaking out against this. And beauty industries who are now becoming more inclusive need to hear this. There are so many other wonderful terms that can be used, descriptions, and I think it's something that they should think about. So this turtle is going to keep right on going. You know what they say? Who was it? Who had the race? The tortoise and the hare? And who won the race? So far, I really love the scent of this. So far, I really love that it's in a tube. And if you notice, I'm not putting it all over my skin. I'm only putting it where I want there to be more smoothness, like right here. And a little up under my eyes on the side here, where I have those fine lines and wrinkles. So far, it has a cooling sensation. It is a little sticky, but we're going to let it dry down. I don't have any makeup on at all. It's a good day. Even though I have dark circles, I'm rested. So let's put on concealer because my new e.l.f. color correcting concealer came in peach. This is what it looks like. This is the color. It's a darker peach. It's not orange, which I like. And I'm just going to take out my Sephora concealer, which I really love, which has a peach. This is in Biscotti, but it has a peach undertone. And I'm going to put that up against it. So you can see that this is much, much lighter as a general concealer. And this is definitely a color corrector. All right. So I'm going to put some right here. And I'm going to put some right here. Same with this side. And I'm going to go up under my eye, and I'm just going to tap it in. And, I've done this myself. I've watched videos and I've made comments without really watching the whole entire video for lack of time or whatever, or having to stop. But you know that video that I put up using the Maybelline Age Rewind. Definitely too light. I bought it as a corrector. I didn't buy it as a concealer. And I've got people telling me it's too light for you. I'm aware of that. Putting light and leaving it like that is the same as putting black and leaving it like that. Okay, so this is the color corrector. I'm going to move in. So far, I like it. I like how it dries down. I even used it over my little mole right there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this. It dries really fast. I like that. And I'm going to go over it with my Tinty Dole. Buff Neutral. So I'm just going to dot this like I always do. Going to put a little right here. And that might even be too much. I'm experimenting. I'm experimenting. Not just for my benefit, but for yours. Because if you have mature skin, right, and you've got dark circles, you're not going to want to listen to somebody that doesn't have that. I mean, I watch all kinds of people just for the sheer love of it. But if I'm looking for something in particular, right, that's going to be my focus. That's going to be my target. So while this is setting, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to tap in. This Buff Neutral is a beautiful color for my skin, the Lancome Tinty Dole Concealer, Hydrating Concealer. This is a beautiful color for my skin tone, and it's my favorite. In fact, after I bought the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the first one, and I was kind of like not going to use concealer after that, I loved my Lancome stick foundation so much that I said, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to try the same Tinty Dole. I'm going to try the concealer, and I really loved it. From the get-go. And you know, at first when I tried it, I didn't even apply it right. I applied it like all of these influencers do that are so much younger than me that can put a lot of it on under their eyes and over their eyes and blend it in, and they've got the most smoothest skin in the world, and then they can take a blending sponge or a blending brush and buff it out, and they don't have texture, they don't have wrinkles, and good on them. I'm not, quote, throwing shade, as somebody mentioned on TikTok. I'm going to brighten that a little bit with the Sephora. Now, I'm not going to use a lot. Okay, I don't want a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit right here. And I'm going to use a tiny brush too. So I'm going to go back and I'm just going to press that in my tear trough. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I would like to thank Annie for that technique that I just used. Annie, I hope you see this because I've been telling you that I've been using your technique. But some of these other things that I'm doing are they're to prove a point. They're not to throw shade. It's if you're a mature woman, you are not going to apply your makeup like a 20-year-old, like a 23-year-old, like a 25-year-old. Okay, you're not. You have to be strong and courageous and try different ways to put your makeup on. You know what? I just thought of something. My eye primer, I'm going to just set that aside. It's my favorite. I'm going to use this e.l.f. color corrector over my eyelids. I'm going to use it over my eyelids. When I was in college, I got all of my basic design, intro, advertising, stuff like that out of the way. And then I took adjunct classes and I took a painting class. It was oil. Well, it was both. It was acrylics and it was oils in conjunction with my drawing classes. And we needed to paint using our color chart, all of the colors that we mixed. Taking this color with this color and mixing it and creating a square. We needed to take a neutral color and we needed to paint that canvas a neutral color. So we weren't painting on a white canvas. And that neutral color was the base of all the other colors we put on top of it. So I was just thinking, why not use the color corrector and do that? I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Gosh darn it, no creasing. No creasing. Wow, wow, wow. First impressions, this is a winner for mature skin. Whew! I'm stoked. Let me put on the foundation. This is Believe Beauty, which I was blown away by this, $5.50. And a lot of you commented how much you really liked it too. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Rose Gold No Budge Shadow Stick. And I'm probably going to use a shadow to go in the crease. And then we're going to do the Office Satin Lipstick. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I used the e.l.f. Rose Gold No Budge eyeshadow. I went into the crease with the BH Cosmetics discontinued palette that I did get off of eBay. After they discontinued, there was one left, and I got it by the grace of God because I loved it. Used this color in my crease, and I went over my lid in the center with this color right here. So we've got, I used the Libra and Leo. Good combination. Balance and fire. I just looked at that because I didn't have my glasses on. I just chose the colors. And I thought to myself, well, because they're astrological signs, I'm going to tell you what they are. So now I'm going to go back. I put my blush on, my bronzer. And now I'm going to go back with the new Revolution Infinite Translucent Pressed Powder. And I'm going to use my Wayne Goss Puff. This is going to be used strictly for powder. I'm going to get the powder on my puff. And I'm going to go under my eyes with it. and I'm going to press it in. So the new translucent powder that I got from Revolution, you can still get, and I will link it in the description. I'll link everything that I use today in the description in case you guys want to go check it out. I'm going to take some more of this, and I'm just going to go around my nose like this, where I have pores, which is right here, a little bit around my mouth, and I'm going to do my forehead because I have some pretty deep wrinkles up there, and I just kind of want them to stay put. And when you do that, you do take a little bit of your foundation off, which is good because you're picking up the excess, and it's less likely to settle in your fine lines and wrinkles. So far, I really like that. Now I'm going to go with a clean brush. I'll take my concealer brush, and I'm just going to brush that excess powder away. You don't really have to if you press it in. You don't really have to. Okay, really loving that. And now I'm going to take the Revolution Luster Highlighter, White Rose. Stuff like this is different because there's usually only 3 or 4 choices. And I'm just going to press it in because it's so soft. Okay, so this is White Rose. There is a lighter color, but I like this almost pink shade. But today I'm going to use the Telescope. That looks pretty dang good, don't you think? I love this mascara. I don't even think they even had to reformulate it. But I am going to take off tonight and run to Walmart and see if my local Walmart has it. I'm going to do it again. I dipped back in. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the No Doubt e.l.f. O-Face. Okay. So this is the color. It's called No Doubt. Yeah, No Doubt. So let's put this on. I like the smell. These are really, really, really creamy. Wow. I love this lipstick, and it has the magnetic clasp, which I love. Oh my gosh, I love it. I have 2 samples of the Fix It Prep and Prime from MAC. Now, they're in these tiny little spray bottles, which, they don't tend to spray like the full size, but this is what I'm going to use on my face. Lovely scent. The scent is a woodsy smell. So I put a lot on, you can see. I did that on purpose. They're samples. I want to try them. And I'm just going to let that dry a little bit. And we're going to wrap up this video. I hope I didn't offend anybody by being so strong at the beginning. But people should not be allowed to... And then when I went to try to see the translation, I couldn't see the translation. So I had to go and I had to search. Don't play me for a fool. All right. Woo! I'm going to go back and I'm going to pat this in one more time. You know, I can do a video where I'm doing a full face of makeup, and I can do it in not real fast mode, but in fast enough mode so you guys can see the whole process. I personally like videos where I can see the whole process. So that's it for today. And I will be doing a card reading, and that's going to be separate. And I might do it tonight. And when I do it at night, my lighting is different. But I know that you guys are all really great about that with me. You're really great about that. You don't give me a hard time. So be well, be blessed, be beautiful, because you are. Don't let anybody tell you you look like an old turtle. Because that's not what offended me. What's offensive is that it's rude. And you just don't go do that. You don't do that. If you want to be like, let's face it, lady, you old, wink, wink, then you know the person is kidding, right? But, look, I have my opinions about certain things, and I really work hard at not judging other cultures. But some of these other cultures, the way they treat women, it's not right. It's not right. I live in America. I should be able to say that. Okay? So stay beautiful, because you are beautiful, because you're unique and there's nobody else on this planet like you. And until next time, I love you all. Bye-bye.